Yo, what? You a goon or you faking real tough talk? Only goons get it shaking real tough talk. I hope your bite is like your bark with that tough talk. This is what New York been missing, real tough talk. You a goon or you faking real tough talk? Only goons get it shaking real tough talk. I hope your bite is like your bark with that tough talk. This is what New York been missing, real tough talk.
Hey people, what's going on? I want to thank you for being here with us today. I'm Stephen J. I'm here with my partner Ghost, and we want to welcome y'all to another episode of Real Tough Talk Brooklyn Edition. I'm excited. I know Ghost is excited because officially Real Tough Talk has been signed to the BQFL to cover the games for the rest of the season. I'm amazed. I'm glad that it got the work got done. And now we're here to talk about football for Brooklyn.
Yeah, we're ready to get down to business. We're seeing a lot of guys playing hard, and we're able to officially see who's the stars of this league, who's not, who's the up and coming. There's a lot of things to talk about with this league so far. We're seeing a lot. We're glad to catch it on camera.
And I'm gonna let y'all know who don't really watch the show. This show is also affiliated with the UFL in the Bronx. And let me give you a little scripture of how we are. I'm the host of the show. I'm the superstar. I'm the LeBron James of the team, you know, and he's more like, I would say, the J.R. Smith or one of them guys that come off the bench, basically. Let you know, or I'm LeBron and he's one of the other four guys, basically.
Well, we'll see who, moving forward, who's who in our broadcast. So I don't even have to defend myself. We'll see as we move along. I'm the person who does all the work. Everybody knows that, but I don't even want to boast or get into anything. Let's get down to business and get into these games.
We just want to let y'all know what we always say out in the Bronx, that our opinions are our own opinions and does not reflect the opinions of the BQFL. So just because it's how we feel about it, that doesn't mean, you know, the owner or the assistant commissioner or them agree with us. It's just our opinions. Guys, if you can't take what we say, then you should be on the field getting recorded, because we're going to say how it is. We always going to give you an opportunity to get back on us. We record the games, we record your comments, so if I say something that you don't like or both say something you don't agree with, we're there on the field. You have an opportunity, if you can show us up and shut down what we say, listen, we'll take the criticism right back. It's football, it's recreation, we all trying to have fun, and that's your opportunity to get back on us. We're working with Darren to bring back the guest book, for you can leave your comments and things there as long as we keep it respectable. But football, we're not here to kiss and all that. We're here to get down to business. So if you can do that, you can respect each other, but still get your hands dirty and say what you want to say there, then hopefully we'll get them to bring it back, because it's definitely something that's good to have.
Well, that's the whole point of being recorded and being on camera. Now, everything is being critiqued. We can actually see what's going on. Now we have our own opinions. We get to speculate. We get to judge. We get to say how we feel. And if you don't agree, show it to us on the field. Prove us wrong. That's the whole point of it, guys. So at the end of the day, what we say may not be the final thing. You change our minds, you play and do something different, and we'll actually, maybe even on camera, switch our opinions around and even apologize every now and then if you prove us wrong.
Well, usually he will, because he's usually always wrong. I'm usually always the right one. So. Okay. That being said, we're going to jump into the first game. Last Kings versus the Free Agents. This is a real good game. It was an early game. The Free Agents didn't get there on time. You know, almost had a forfeit. And I think that's going to work out in Last Kings' favor.
Yes, because Last Kings was here. They were ready to play. You know, their team was ready to get on the field and get down to business, and the Free Agents were just, you know, getting together. They were just getting there, so their chemistry may not be on par with Last Kings since they were there already. So we're only able to see how they do as the game starts.
Well, we're gonna jump in the game, and while Free Agents have the ball first, the quarterback Powder was moving it first two downs. On third down, Powder's going to throw this pass in the middle, and it's going to be picked off by Hensberg, taking it halfway back, gets tagged as he runs down the field. And I got to put this all on Powder. If you look at this, the Kings have traffic in the middle of the field. So I don't know what he saw. I don't know why he's taking this chance, but he threw a very bad pass to me. Powder is basically like a Jay Cutler of the NFL. He can make a shot. He got one of the strongest arms in the league, but his decision making isn't always good. And sometimes he throws passes that he shouldn't, like he does here, giving last kick the ball. And that hurts you because you're already short with your team, and this is a bad throw. You can't do it, especially on your first drive.
More than just a bad decision, even if you're gonna make that attempt, throw it better than that. That just was a bad throw. Even if this guy wasn't there to pick it off, that would have been an incomplete pass, definitely. So at the end of the day, even if you make passes that are not necessarily the best or make the best decision, you got to be more accurate than that. He wasn't, and that caused an interception.
Kings are going to get the ball down on 4th down. AJ is going to throw a pass to Justin in the end zone, and it's just going to be called out of bounds, turning the ball over, giving it back to the free agents, so the interception by Pollard doesn't hurt him as their defense is able to stop. Pollard's going to get the ball back. He's going to get sacked here by Nick. Big sack by Nick. And now Pollard's going to follow up with a throw in the gap that's going to be knocked away, forcing free agents to punt. Nick with the big sack. Pollard with throwing a pass incomplete is going to get knocked away. And now we see 2 series where he has the ball. He's unable to do nothing with it. They're going to have to punt.
And this may be the result of them coming late and not being able to start the game on time. Now they're rushing, now they're trying to get their chemistry going. It doesn't seem like it's working for them. Hopefully as the game goes along, they get it together. But that's not a good look right now because they give Last Kings more opportunities to go ahead in the game.
AJ's going to get the ball back. He's going to throw deep to the receiver downfield, but he's going to be overthrown. Next down, he's going to throw a screen pass to Joe, who's going to get a nice short gain. A few plays later, AJ's going to throw to Pellegrino for a few yards. Now he's getting the rhythm moving. He's making throws, and now you're going to see AJ throw to Justin, who's going to make a great catch in the end zone for the touchdown. Quick contact, 7-0. Great play by Last Kings.
And this is unfortunately something that happens when you start late from for the free agents, because now the Last Kings are getting their stride going. They're driving, they're able to make plays when they need to, and they make the first strike, put points on the board. What a great catch to put the first points on the board.
And that got to be one of the plays that we like to call for the Brooklyn side frame of the game. You know, you'll see things different at the end of the show. We'll show you big time plays of the game that impact, and we'll show you why we call it frame of the game. So that's just something to pay attention to. Next series, Pollard's gonna get the ball back. He's gonna throw deep to VIP for the first down for the touchdown. He's gonna get past Justin. Great throw by Pollard. Like I said, he's like a Jay Cutler. He may make some mistakes throwing the ball, but he definitely can get the ball down there. When you got a guy like VIP running this route, nobody's gonna stop him. And this is all Justin. If you look where he's at on the field, VIP, the routes he runs it in, then he runs it back out to the outside. And you cannot make this play because you gotta know where he's at. He loses him, touchdown, 7-7.
And that's just a defender not being able to track where the receivers are.
And you're a free safety.
Yes, so you have an ample, you have a position where you have the receiver coming to you, so you should see where the receiver's planning on going before he even makes that move. So to have him pass by you and you're not able to track his movements, that's not good defense right there. And they need to fix that because if not, this is gonna happen to him all day.
AJ's gonna get the ball back now. He's gonna end up scrambling. He's gonna throw a pass to
Pellegrino.
Not a funny name, but it's Pellegrino. Unfortunately, he's not able to make the catch. He's gonna drop it. It's gonna be picked up by VIP, who they might as well call MVP, because that's a great play by VIP. He already scored. Now he's able to get the pick off of the drop and give the ball right back to the free agents, who now are starting to get a little move. And this guy has to make this catch. You can't make mistakes like this.
Yes, on the Last King side, Pellegrino must make that catch. That's a routine catch. There's no excuse for why you're dropping that pass. And VIP, it looks like he's the one trying to get their team going. They started off slow, and it seems like he got the engines going for this team. Now they're starting to make things happen on defense and on offense, all through one player. That's a good look for their team if they keep this up.
Next down, Pollard's going to get the ball back, and in the middle of the drive, he's going to throw an interception to Charmaine. Bad throw by Pollard, and this is once again, he's not able to read the field. You gotta know where your guys are. You can't take these chances. And when you do, you turn the ball over and he does it again, second pick of the game.
That's Carmine. Yes. So this is Powder again making another mistake in the middle of their drive, something that they don't need as the last Kings are starting to get their game going as well. So this is something that you needed not to happen at this point. And of course Powder makes another mistake.
And Carmine is able to capitalize.
Yes, and hopefully this doesn't keep up because they need Powder. Like this is something that's gonna hurt if he keeps this up.
Well, this is the type of plays you're gonna get from Powder, similar to Jay Cutler. He's gonna make some great throws and he's gonna make some bad throws. It's all about when in the game he makes the throw. And he makes it at a bad time here. AJ gets the ball back for last game. He's gonna end up getting sacked by Chris. Great play by Chris to get the sack. And on the last play, they're gonna throw a Hail Mary before the half. It's gonna be incomplete. Takes us in the half. 7-7 tie game.
All I gotta say is, Powder, and his team, they started off slow. They caught up towards the end of the half, but Powder making a mistake towards the end of the half as well. If you have a dynamic defense, then this is something that you could afford to happen every now and then. But if you don't, then you gotta be more accurate. You gotta make better decisions as a quarterback because your team may not be able to afford these type of turnovers that they may not be able to recover from towards the end of the game.
Well, let's keep it real. Fred, who also plays on free agents, Fred/Trues, he has to be in this offense at all times. He's the only one on the scene that keeps Powder confident. He's the one that calls the plays. He's the one that masterminds the plays in this offense. So he has to stay in Powder's head. If not, Powder's going to make some bad throws, which we see him in the first half, throw 2 interceptions, and on the next series, he wasn't able to move the ball. They had to punt. You cannot have the talent Powder has and not able to capitalize on it because sooner or later, people are going to just say, you are what you are. On the other side, the Kings are a good team. They make good plays, but they're not consistent. AJ is good, move around in the pocket, but that's all he's doing. He has to make throws, and his receivers have to help him capitalize because they should have more. When your defense gives you 2 turnovers and a punt, 7 points ain't going to work. 7 points ain't going to work.
And one thing you didn't mention is that their defense is letting VIP run right by them on certain plays where he should be covered. And then losing track of him, they're letting him go running deep, making easy plays out there. They need to keep track of him a lot better because it's going to be a long game if they don't.
Second half, King's going to get the ball. AJ's going to scramble and dodge the first time and throw the pass to a receiver for a huge gain. Great play by AJ. Like I said, he's good at scrambling, moving around in the pocket. Then AJ's going to run in from the 5-yard line, put a touchdown, 13-7. Great play by AJ, using his feet, showing that he can do besides then use his arm. When you give him space, he's going to use his feet. He does it here, 13-7.
But that was a simple 5-yard run, so you should see that coming for the defense. Where else is he going to go? He's going to run right there, right when you give him a gap. They should have saw that coming and had somebody at least there on the line to protect the end zone. They didn't. He's able to stroll in for an easy 6 points.
Powder's going to get the ball back and get sacked here by Nick. Nick's second sack of the game. And Powder can't avoid him. This guy's able to run him down, chase him down, and make a play here. Powder's going to next play. He's going to throw the VIP in the middle. The ball's going to be dropped. See, this is my issue with VIP. One of the best talented receivers that I've seen. But VIP catches with his chest. He doesn't extend his hands. And a lot of times, you're going to see him drop passes when the ball is thrown maybe a little too hard where you can't adjust to your chest. Certain plays, you got to use your hands. And if there's contact when the ball is coming down, if you're not catching the ball with your hands, the ball's going to come out. We see him drop the ball here. But we're going to see on the next play, Powder goes deep to VIP for the touchdown. 13-14, they go up and listen, he may drop a ball here and there, but if you give the guy space, he's going to explode on you. VIP, he's a very important person. MVP for this team, 14-13.
And one thing that I want to elaborate more on is, a lot of times when if you drop passes the way he does, that can lead to interceptions. But the thing about VIP is he spreads so much space between him and the defender that the worst that's going to happen is it's going to be an incomplete pass. So it doesn't hurt you that much when he separates himself from the defense so much. So he's able to get open on any occasion and make plays like this to make up for any drop he made previously. So it doesn't hurt them that much, and Potter's confidence to go at him right after a drop. That shows that he has confidence in this guy. He knows what he's able to do, and he's able to put points on the ball regardless of what he does.
Next drive, AJ's going to get the ball, and as he drives down the field, he's going to throw a pass to Jaja, who catches the ball inbound for the touchdown, 19-14. Good catch. Jaja stays inbound, gives the team the lead, 19-14. Great catch.
And this is something that they needed to, towards the end of the game, to probably seal the deal or at least put them up ahead, and now they can play some defense to end this game. That's a catch that they really needed. They got it. He stays in bounds with a great play overall to take the lead for this team.
Potter's going to get the ball back, and he's going to throw the Fred for a short gain. Remember, the team is down 19-14. Then Potter's going to throw the VIP for a decent gain. Then he's going to come to VIP again in the end zone. Almost intercepted. Ended up turning the ball off 1 down, giving the ball back to Last Kings. Last Kings going to end up winning this game, 19-14. Ending the game, not a great game by this free agents team. I'm very disappointed because they came late, and this is a game that they should have won. Potter, we didn't see him really get involved, really make the throws he should make. We see him throw an interception. We see him have to punt, and you can't win games like this. You got to get there on time, and you got to be able to capitalize on the other team's mistakes.
Yes, I feel like them starting off slow is kind of what hurt them because they had the opportunity to get ahead early in the game, but since they were off the they weren't really clicking together when they first started the game. Last Kings was able to take the opportunities getting ahead of the game, and the free agents were never able to keep up. So there was the end from the beginning. You saw the result from how they started.
And the Last Kings, like I said, they come out and they force Pollard into throwing 2 interceptions. And as you can see, everything was VIP. You cannot win in this league with only 1 receiver.
But I'm gonna say this: if you are Last Kings, with a team like free agents not playing the way that they're supposed to, this shouldn't have been such a close game. They should have been scoring a lot more than they did. They should have taken a lot more opportunities, because if this is another team that plays harder and has more going on for them in this game, they're going to struggle. They're not going to win a game like this if they play this way.
Well, then what that says about free agents. They got to know what they're here to do. You're here to win a championship. You know you had an early game. You got to do what you got to do. No excuses. And at the end of the day, you got to get another weapon. You're not going to win with only VIP, because when you have the teams that can cover him, what's going to happen then? Potter's going to make a mistake. I'm telling you, that's his game. He is what he is. You call a spade a spade. He's going to throw interceptions. That's his game. He's going to put up points, but he's going to throw interceptions. But a game like this, when he's only looking for VIP, you're not going to win games like that at all. And Last Kings capitalized on their mistakes. They capitalized on his 2 interceptions, and they're able to win. It's going to be the very big play by Justin, and he's going to get the real tough talk frame of the game. Look at this right here. Great catch with the contact coming. Holds on to the ball for the touchdown. You see the frame, see the signature. Great play by Justin.
And that's the way to get ahead of the game right early. What a great play to start the game off. That's the best way any team can start a game off to go for a win.
Frame of the game?
Yes, and that's to have the frame of the game on the first touchdown play of the game, that says it all. This shows that they were ready to win this game, and they were up pretty much throughout the game after this play. They were ahead, and there's nothing else you can say about that.
That being said, that's going to end the game. Free Agent's going to lose this one. Kings going to get the win, 19-14. Last Kings. Next game up, we're going to have the Raiders and Chiefs. And this is a big game that everybody's waiting for. Raiders was ready to get at the Chiefs because of Beaver. A few of the guys played with him. A few of the guys want to get at him. But I was told that these teams was talking all week, especially the Chiefs, talking about what they're going to do when they face the Raiders. Big talk. Now we get to play.
And we get to see where all that talk is going, and who is just the ones that's all talk and who's the ones that's all about business and getting things done. And I'm sorry, I wasn't there for who was talking worse than what, but we get to see who was really serious, who was really getting it down, who was really getting it done, and who was just mouthing it off and not getting nothing done on the field.
And we really get to see the battle between the Raiders Vic and the Chiefs Rudy, two of the top ball givers in BQFL. We get to see go head to head, and I'm excited to see that because these both givers can chase the quarterbacks down, and both quarterbacks are able to run. So we're gonna have to see how that goes. Beaver's gonna get the ball, and on first down, he's gonna throw a nice pass to Christian for the touchdown. 6-0. Way to start it off for this Chiefs team. Beaver with the touchdown pass. Great play here.
And they start off early. They get the first shot. The first blood is spilled so far in this game. They're able to score early. They have to get ahead. And now the Raiders have to answer. If not, the Chiefs are going to take over this game early.
Noel's going to get the ball back for the Chiefs, and with nice block, he's going to run for a decent gain. One thing about Noel, he can run the ball. Noel's going to throw deep in the end zone, but it's going to be intercepted by Corey, giving the ball back to the Chiefs. And this was a bad throw by Noel. This is not his game. He's not a downfield home run hitter. He takes a shot here. Sometimes you get too caught up in the hype, and he's going to end up throwing an interception, giving the ball right back to the Chiefs.
And it looked like he was just trying to make something happen early so they don't go further and further down in the game. But it didn't work for them. It backfired, and he throws an interception, giving the Chiefs another opportunity to put points on the board.
Beaver's going to get the ball. He's going to throw short, and it's going to be dropped and almost intercepted. Luckily, they dodged the bullet there. They're playing with fire here because one thing I can say about the Raiders, this defense backs up their quarterback. So whenever he makes a mistake, they don't complain. They get on the field. Almost made an interception there. Beaver's going to throw a pass to Rudy, who's open, but doesn't run for the ball. It's going to be incomplete. Turnover and downs, giving the ball back to the Raiders. Like I said about this Raiders defense, they back their quarterback up, and they do it here. Noel's going to get the ball. He's going to get sacked by Rudy. Like I said, Rudy's one of the best givers in this game. He brings a lot of energy. He's going to chase Noel down and get the sack right here.
And this is the best way to back up your team when their offense wasn't clicking that last drive. Get a sack early, get your offense back on the field by making plays. Rudy does that and makes it just that much harder for the offense to put points on the board.
Noel's going to take a shot for the end zone. It's going to be knocked away, and it's going to be a turnover, giving the ball back to the Chiefs. That's 2 series. Noel's had the ball, and he's unable to put up points. Beaver's going to get the ball. He's going to throw an incomplete pass. Then Beaver's going to get sacked by Vic, forcing the Chiefs to punt. Great play by Vic. Like I said, Vic is a very good giver. Definitely the energy of this Raiders team. Makes a big sack here, forcing the Chiefs to punt.
And that was one opportunity lost by the Chiefs. Vic is chasing Beaver all through the field right now, making up for that last time that they put points on the board. That last time they scored, Vic wasn't having it in this drive. He gets a sack on Beaver and causing the punt. That's your defense stepping up and shutting down the Chiefs and getting your team back on the field.
Noel's going to get the ball back for the Raiders. Remember, they're only down 6-0. He's going to throw 2 short passes for the first down. Then Noel's going to use his feet and get a nice gain here. Then he's going to throw a pass in the back of the end zone. It's going to be tipped by the receiver, but then caught by Sky for the touchdown with a nice catch. 7-6, Raiders are right back in the game.
And that's the way to back up your other receiver. He makes a drop, he drops a pass, but you have your other receiver there to clean up the mess. He makes a nice catch, stays in bounds, and is able to put points on the board, saving a potential turnover and reverse it and to add 6 points for your team.
Right now, you're going to have the Raiders up 7-6. Beaver's going to get the ball back for the Chiefs. He's going to roll out to the right and throw a nice pass to the receiver on the sideline for a huge gain. Then Beaver's going to run for a few yards on the next down. Beaver's going to fire up and he's going to scramble with blocking, but Vic battles through the blocking to get a sack, taking us into the half, 7-6, and Vic got a guy who's blocking him. He's still able to get through, end the half with the sack. Great play by Vic, individual play.
And you can see that Vic was fired up in this half. He didn't like the smack talking. He's showing it on the field that he's not going to give anything. He's not going to give Beaver any easy passes. He gets 2 sacks already in the half. He's getting it done, and he's making their defense that much better and that much harder for Beaver to put points up. They're doing their job, and they're keeping their team in the game. Great job by their defense.
That's going to take us into the half. 7-6 lead. Raiders are definitely here. They wasn't able to put up the points that they expected to, but they got the lead. It doesn't matter to them how many points they score. They just want to make sure at the end of the game that they score more than the opponent. That's all that matters to them.
Yes, so pretty much they're just battling to see who scores the most points at the end of the game. Both defenses are challenging each other. They're playing hard. They're getting the job done the best that they can, and they're having the quarterbacks running for their life. That's the main thing. They're keeping their quarterback. They're not keeping their quarterbacks comfortable. They're making them roll out. They're making them try to make something happen. And that's when the defenses can be at their best and they can go out there and get that ball.
And with the Chiefs, they wanted this game. Raiders were the top team. These two teams come in with top records in the league, and they wanted to play each other. And Beaver wanted to show what he could do against this Raiders defense. And he didn't really show much in the first half. Other than scoring on their first series, he was not able to put more points on the board.
Hopefully, we get to see in this half who's going to step up and step over the hump, because both teams are playing hot-octane football right now, but it's going to only be one team that takes over this game and comes up with the win.
Well, if the Chiefs want to talk all that smack, you got to back it up on the field. And I heard that they was talking a lot, and they got the athletes to back it up. But if you don't do it between the lines, then it's all for naught, and you make yourself look like a fool. So let's see what happens in the second half. Noel's going to get the ball for the Raiders. He's going to run for a short game, but Beaver's going to get blocked in the back, and the Raiders going to lose yards. On fourth down, Noel's going to throw a pass in the end zone, and it's going to be picked off by Allison. Allison.
Yes.
Giving the ball back to the Chiefs. Great play by Allison. Great play making a turnover here. Playing defense and showing what he can do. He felt disrespected that this team went at his side, and he gets the Chiefs back with the pick.
And that's one thing that the smack talking does. It fires up both teams. Obviously, the Chiefs are fired up. They're getting plays. They're making plays on defense, making it that much harder for Noel and the Raiders offense to get anything done. And this is going back and forth right now. We're not seeing any team getting over that hump, but eventually it's going to happen. We just got to wait and see who it is.
Beaver's going to get the ball back from the Chiefs. He's going to throw a short pass, but it's going to be bobbled and dropped. Got to help him out. He's playing against a tough defense, and when he gives you the ball, you got to make plays. They drop it here. Then Beaver's going to throw in the same area. This time it's almost going to be picked off. That one is on Beavers. Not helping himself. Bad read, almost picked off. The next down, Beaver's going to throw in the same area again, but it's going to be caught for a nice game. Then Beaver's going to get sacked by Vic. Great play by Vic. Again, this guy, Vic, was here to play, making Beaver life miserable here.
And this is one reason why Beaver is scrambling all over the field, because Vic is not giving him any room to breathe. He's chasing him down the field. He's giving him less and less time to make anything happen. He gets another sack here, and Beaver's struggling to get anything past him right now. Vic is playing a great game right now.
Beaver's like a Johnny Manziel. He runs around the pocket and then looks for the receivers to make a throw. But when you got a guy like Vic who can chase him down, all that scrambling in the box time is not going to work, because he has the speed to keep up with Vic. Great play here. Next play, Beaver's going to throw a pass on the right side. It's going to be intercepted by Ricky, who's going to run for a nice gain after the catch. And this is what I'm talking about. The pressure of Vic forces Beaver to make bad throws. He's not as comfortable because he knows he can't hold the rush, because he knows Vic is coming. He's going to throw a bad pass here, intercepted.
And this is just defenses going back and forth. All we've been seeing in this game is defense, defense, defense. And none of these offenses are able to get anything done because both defenses are firing up and they're making plays. And this seems like it's just a back and forth game. I've been saying it all day. We haven't seen nobody get past any defense. Sometime or another, the defense is going to break down. And I'm still waiting to see which defense is going to be the one to fall apart at the end.
Well, this is another possession here for Noel. He has to put up points on, because out of his three to four first possessions, he only scored once. He gets another shot here. He's going to throw two short passes near the end zone, and he's going to follow up with a pass to a wide open Ray for a touchdown, 13-6, and I guess he wanted to shut me up because he scores in this drive.
And finally Noel gets something going. They put points on the board finally, and now we're seeing offenses getting something done past these stingy defenses. Noel making a play to put points on the board. Ray is actually there stepping up to get open and help his quarterback. They're able to connect and put points on the board. Hopefully it's something that they can hold on to, because the Chiefs are just as fired up and they're going to be looking to gun back at them.
Beaver's going to get the ball back. He's going to throw a short pass for a few yards. Then he's going to follow with a short pass again, but this time the pass is dropped. He's going to roll out to the left and throw short, but it's going to be dropped again, and this time intercepted by Vic. And you can't do this. He throws a good pass, it's going to be dropped, and you're going to have Vic, the other Vic, make a great pick here, great weight, great concentration, gets the interception, gives the ball back to this Raiders offense.
And when you see the quarterback just trying to make something happen out of nowhere, that's a bad thing. All you're going to see is a quarterback turning over the ball. That's not a good look for the quarterback. Something has to be done, because when you get to that type of desperation, it's nothing but bad things is going to happen. He tries it there, and he fails at it, and they end up turning over the ball.
Remember, Raiders are up 13-6. Noel gets the ball back. He's going to throw short to number 17 for a few yards. Then Noel's going to use his feet and on 5 rush run for a short gain. Then Noel's going to throw to Rico, who's going to make a great catch in front of the end zone for the touchdown, 21-6. I knew it was going to be sooner or later when Rico going to get involved. He makes a great catch here. He don't really get a lot of love as an offensive player like he should. He has decent hands, he can jump, and he makes a great catch here. Definitely a way to step up and help your quarterback out, 21-6.
And now you see the Raiders actually taking the momentum away from the Chiefs. Now they're getting ahead in the game. Now you're seeing which team is more fired up at this point, because they're doing it in all cylinders now, and the Chiefs have a lot of catching up to do in this game.
Now you're gonna have the Chiefs getting the ball back, and they not only battering against the Raiders, they're battering against the clock. After a few short passes, Beaver rolls to the left, and on 5 rush, he ends up dropping the ball. He was gonna take off, he dropped the ball. Unfortunate, but when you got a guy like Vic, he's thinking before he's able to make the play. Then Beaver's gonna toss it up in the end zone, and Christian's gonna make a great catch in the end zone, 21-12. Great catch here by Christian, catching this ball up there.
And this is a player coming right when they need to. Christian makes the great catch. Beaver looked like he was just making something happen. He tossed it up, hoping that somebody's gonna come down with it. Christian was there to come down with the ball. Great catch, jumping over 2 defenders right when I think they needed it most. But I don't know, hopefully that they can get something done on that, because time is running out.
Well, unfortunately, time runs out.
Well, yeah.
Beaver calls the game. They were losing 21-12, and there was no way. They was down. There was a 2-possession game.
And it's unfortunate that you already know that the game is over, because thinking like that, you would have had the momentum going in your favor. Maybe you would have had, if you had more time, maybe you could have, put points on the board that actually made it more respectable. They did it, and the game ends just like that with one great catch, but that's about it.
But with that being said, we're going to look at this great catch by Christian, and he's going to do it with Mills jumping with him and with Machine giving him contact. And that right there has to be a frame of the game. In a losing effort, Christian goes up and goes catch the ball on one of the best safeties in this game and one of the most physical linebackers in the game. He's going to make the catch, and that got to be a frame of the game. You're going to have to see this picture right here with Christian's signature. He's giving out autographs. Great catch.
And the thing about it is, I can't beat. I'm pretty sure I'm the only one here that thinks that this should have happened a little bit early in this game. They should have connected with something like that a lot earlier. If they would have known, if we would have known that somebody like that could have did something like that, you would throw to them a lot more.
Listen, Raiders were the best game. We can if all day, but if we will all be, you know what they say.
Yeah.
So again, you already know, Raiders were the better team. Beaver didn't make enough plays. This team did not come hungry. The Raiders had energy throughout the game. 21-12. And before we finish that, we're going to have an interview with both teams. We're going to go to the losing team first. Beaver, we're going to get an interview with him first.
What's going on? Stephen J here with Beaver, quarterback of the Chiefs. Just came from a tough loss. Both teams are undefeated. It seemed like y'all started out flat. I made some plays, but it seemed like you never actually got the rhythm that we see you usually have every week. What happened this week?
Thought we was untouchable. That's it. We came out here talking shit all week to everybody, and just came out here, wasn't catching passes, wasn't making plays, wasn't making throws, all around. We just need to play better. That's it. It was very self-inflicting. You know what I'm saying? I should have got past the hike a few times. I didn't. Had like 6 drop passes. It was just.
That's another thing. You're one of the most elusive quarterbacks in the league. We didn't see you able to escape their pursuit. What happened to them on that? On your leg game? What happened to that?
I was caught up more trying to throw, which I guess probably was my fault too, but we'll be all right.
You got some athletes. You see you got the guys the ball. Do you feel that this game is a statement game, a panic game to you? Or is this just any other game?
This is the fourth game of the season.
Being that it's a rivalry. Being that it's a rivalry.
This ain't a rivalry. This is our first team. This is our first time we have this team up. This ain't a rivalry.
But the guys personally have a rivalry with you.
Everybody loves me in this league. I make plays. No, but you know that's all it was. Tough loss. Just gotta get back to the drawing board. Come out better next week. You know, it's a good team we played, and they just came out more. We came out flat. That's it.
We still out here, you heard? Chief Nation, nigga.
We came out flat. We had the slowest quarterback in the league, burning my hiker.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yo, can I say one thing?
Yeah, I want to talk to you right.
Machine got put on that ESPN.
We usually see you. You're one of the best. You're one of the best hikers in the league. You done won awards. Sacks I've usually seen you make. I didn't see you make today.
What injuries, man? Knees, man. You gotta stay healthy, man. You gotta stay healthy for this shit. If you ain't healthy, you ain't gonna be doing the stuff you're supposed to be doing, man. But I'll be out here next week, man, doing my thing, man. Just gotta stay healthy. That's, you know, best thing for me to say. Just stay healthy. That's it.
All right.
I'll be in your show soon, man.
We're gonna thank the Chiefs for being with us. Real Tough Talk Brooklyn, guys. See you on the site.
They came out flat. They wasn't ready. You can't do all that talking and can't be ready, especially against a Raiders team. Now we're going to get to the Raiders side. Listen to their interview. They got several of their players. They do everything together. And as you see, Beaver was alone until one of his guys came in to help out. Raiders were together as a team with most of their core players. We're going to listen to their interview.
What's going on, people? Stephen J, Real Tough Talk Brooklyn. Here with my team here, the Raiders. Why is it such a big rivalry game between y'all and the Chiefs?
Honestly, family. Exactly. Brotherhood. We all from the same neighborhood. We're all chill. So it's good to play against your brothers and stuff like that.
And the competitive talk during the week fueled everything.
Exactly.
Mind you, both teams were undefeated.
Out of all the quarterbacks in this division, people talk about your quarterback the least. Say he don't got a strong arm. He's not a big downfield guy. But y'all seem to believe in him every week consistently. If you make an interception, you bring the defense back, no pressure. Why do y'all have so much faith in your quarterback?
Defense is strong. That's what wins all. And once he realized that the defense got him, that's what rolls.
That's his motivation.
So it starts with the defense and believing in one another. That's what it is.
And for all those that keep worrying about what he's doing on the field, I'm gonna just say last season and this season, check his stats.
Check his stats. That's it. Check his stats.
Last thing. Why are y'all so damn physical? It doesn't matter if it's offense, it don't matter if it's defense.
That's what the nation
it's
is
from
about.
your special teams to your giver. Everybody's looking for a body. What is that all about?
That's what we compete against. I compete against my guy here. Yo, get that hit, get that pick. He don't get it, I get that hit. I get that hit, he get that pick, and what happened? Just being hungry, being more hungry
Come
than
here,
this
my
man.
other defensive player of the year. Come here, man.
Y'all undefeated right now.
Exactly.
Now y'all got people that's going guns for y'all now.
That's what
Especially with all the talking y'all guys do. Y'all have a swagger, y'all back it up on the field, but y'all got a swagger from beginning to end. Does that put more pressure on y'all knowing that you're undefeated and everybody's gunning for y'all to give y'all the first one?
That fuels us, honestly. That's what we like. That's what we want.
us. That's it.
If it could be Tuesday, Thursdays, and Sundays, it'd be Tuesday, Thursdays,
Making
and
a name for
Sundays.
ourselves, that's what it is. I'll put it like this. That makes my players that don't really step up to step up.
Exactly.
Now you got pressure on you. Now you got to do something. You got to make a name for yourself. So that keep the brotherhood stronger, and that can make the team want to ball. That's how it is.
We're going to thank the Raiders for being with us. First Real Tough Talk interview. They had a big win today. Congratulations, fellas.
Last but not least, shout out about the nation, baby.
Exactly. Shout out to the Real Tough Talk.
Shout out. Thank you for having us. Jay the Rebel right here.
Good luck, fellas.
They back their quarterback up. They don't care if he makes turnovers. They don't care if he's not able to put up 100 points.
Well, it looks good when they win the game.
Yeah.
So we just got to see how they rally together when they lose. That's the thing. You saw the Chiefs. They had one guy come, but a lot of people didn't have anything to say because they lost a hard game, a close game that they probably, if they would have had the momentum a little bit earlier, this could have been a different game. Unfortunately, it wasn't. So you could expect them to react that way on a loss. And you expect the Raiders to act like that on a win. So we just got to see if the roles are reversed, if they still back him up in the same way. it's just a wait and see game right now. But one thing that I gotta mention is the game ball has to go to Vic of the Raiders.
Yeah.
Because he was the one putting pressure on Bieber all game. And this is the reason why Bieber made a couple of mistakes. Why Bieber couldn't get anything done. Yeah. Why he couldn't get, we're getting the name mixed up.
Yeah, we're still getting to learn the names.
Yes.
But Bieber wasn't able to make the plays he usually make. When you got a guy like Vic chasing you, Bieber wasn't comfortable in the pocket.
Yeah.
And you saw he has receivers that he could get the ball to, especially with Christian making that catch. But when you don't have the time to get them the ball, you're only going to put up 6 points like they did. Well,
And
12.
12 because of that last touchdown.
Right.
But it was a little too late, so you can't. It's hard to count that. The point is they were out of the game right before that play anyway. So the thing about it is that pressure on the quarterback makes all the difference in the world. And because of that, I think that was the turning point in the game. So to me, Vic gets the game ball.
That's true. I mean, listen, he had the first score. Noel of the Raiders, the 2 first series he had the ball, he threw an interception and he had a turnover on downs. That's going to hurt. Now, the question is, would this defense be so hyped if they were losing? Like you said, had they lost this game, would they be so hyped? Would they be able to back him up that much? I want to see how they react once they're losing the game, once they get a loss. Because they pretty much figured that they had this one in the bag because they're the better team. But what happens when you play better teams?
And I feel my personal opinion is you see a winning team by the way they react when they lose. When they rally together and they show that strength that, you know what, we're gonna go and play the next game just as hard, or they're gonna play harder in the next game, they rally together and clean up the mistakes, that's a winning team right there. That shows that they can improve and that they're gonna stick together no matter what, win or lose. That's a winning team in my book.
That's true. And when I'm looking at the paperwork, I'm seeing that Noel threw 2 interceptions, and then he also had a turnover on downs. So in 6 possessions that he had the ball, he threw 2 interceptions, he got stopped. The other 3 times, he scored 3 times. So that's half and half. That's not that good. 50%, 2 turnovers, actually 3 turnovers, you got to play better than this. The Chiefs was not able to capitalize. But when you throw 2 picks and you get stopped, that's not looking good. This is basically a 3, maybe 6, 7 possession game. So you got to be able to score when you get the ball. And when you have that many turnovers, let's see how happy the defense is when they play a better offense.
And that's all it takes to have that stronger, that better test for your team. This was, a high-octane game. But when you have a stronger offense against your defense and a defense that can, shut down pretty much any team, that's the best test that you can have for your team to see how you perform and how you persevere from that situation. So we'll have to wait and see moving forward how the Raiders perform.
Like I said, 6 possessions, 2 interceptions, 1 turnover on downs, then 3 touchdowns. That's not bad if you're sitting down playing a team like the Chiefs. When you're playing one of these bigger teams, you can't do this. He got to learn.
You're just saying
he can't
some bad things about the Chiefs.
He can't turn over the ball like that. 2 picks and a turnover on downs. That's 3 stops right there. You can't do that. You got to be able to put up points, and either you're going to be an all-defensive team and not make turnovers, or you're going to shoot out. This is not a shootout team. They don't have a quarterback that can do it. He can make plays, but he's not going to put up 40 points. So they got to let them know he has to limit his turnovers, or else them friends are going to become doubters. They're not going to follow you all the way when you're making these mistakes. And on the Chiefs, Beaver knew what he was getting into when he came. He knew he was going to have Vic chasing him. He should have kept a blocker, buy more time, and give these athletes a chance to make plays. Beaver tried to make the plays on his own, and this is what happened.
But it seemed like even when he did kind of have a blocker there with him, Vic got through. So, I mean, what else can you say? Yes, it was one time that he got help on the blocking, but Vic still got through and got the sack. So it's hard to say what would have happened if you had a blocker throughout the game.
We're going to have to see what happens later on. Like I said, 21-6, Raiders with the big win. They're going to beat the Chiefs. Next game up, we're gonna have Super Friends versus the Heavy Hitters. Super Friends come in with all expectations for them to win the championship. They got Tone coaching this team, so they figure that this team is built to win a championship. So they got a lot of pressure on them because they have all the teams gunning Trump because they know that they're the favorites to win the championship.
And when you're the favorites to win the championship, you got to show it in every game. You got to show it on both sides, defense and on offense. You can't show too many weaknesses because then every team's going to look to exploit it, and you're going to have a long season proving that you're going to be the championship team when you have hard games when everybody's exploiting weaknesses.
And this Super Friends team is going to start, with a Bo, who also plays with Primetime, who a lot of the players from Primetime plays with Heavy Super Friends. Mm-hmm. Bo's down. He had a leg injury maybe a week ago. He said 2 weeks ago. Yes. He said nothing is torn, nothing is broken. He just has a sprain, so he should be back during the rest during the middle of the season. So that's a great thing to hear for Super Friends / Primetime. Yeah. And Heavy Hitters, they definitely want to be. They came short. They're missing a lot of guys, but they still came to battle because they feel they want to make a statement, regardless of who they have on the field, that they can compete with the Super Friends team.
And they're going to have to because the Super Friends out the bat have, I would say, a high-scoring offense. A high-octane offense.
With Deion quarterback, yes. A very good quarterback.
Yes, so they're going to be a team that's looking to put up points. So they're going to have to bring their A game in order to shut that down and keep them from scoring such high points early in the game.
Well, with that being said, we're going to jump into the game right now where Heavy Hitters getting the ball. Fish, the quarterback, is going to throw to number 22 on the sideline for a nice game. Then Fish is going to follow with a pass in the front of the end zone, but it's going to be knocked away on the next down. Then Fish is going to throw it up in the end zone. It's going to be incomplete. Turnover on downs, giving it back to the Super Friends. Deion is going to get the ball. He's going to throw a pass to the sideline for a nice game. Then Deion is going to throw a pass in the gap on the next play. Great way to get the rhythm going by Deion. Deion is going to throw a pass to Disco, and the pass is going to get by the defender, caught by Disco for the touchdown, 6-0. Great throw by Deion. Laser throw, finding one of his best receivers, Disco, for the touchdown, 6-0.
And it seems like the defender reacted a hair late for that play. If he would have reacted the way he was supposed to, this probably could have been going the other way. He just misses it. Deion was able to make the throw to go right past the defender. Disco was able to jump and get behind the defender for the early score. That's the way to connect with your receiver. That's confidence throwing it right past the defense and putting up points early in the game.
Fish is going to get the ball back for the Heavy Hitters, and he's going to roll to the right and throw short, but that pass is going to be knocked away. Great play by the Super Friends defense. That Fish is going to throw a pass in the gap, and the team's going to make a nice catch for a big gain. Way to help his quarterback out, getting the ball moving. Fish is going to throw a pass to the receiver that's wide open, but it's going to be dropped. Can't make a great catch and help your quarterback, and in the next play, your receiver drops the ball. Unbelievable. Then Fish is going to throw a pass in the end zone. It's going to be incomplete, turnover and downs, giving it back to Super Friends. Now we see Heavy Hitters twice with the ball, unable to put up points.
And that drive just looks like that offense couldn't get anything going. They didn't connect. They dropped passes when they didn't need to, and they didn't make anything happen. And all you give is the other team a chance for the defense to figure you out and play that much harder against you. Now you're not going to get anything going. So this was your opportunity to put something on the board and respond, and you didn't. So if you don't soon, this is going to be a long game for you.
Deion's going to get the ball back. He's going to throw a nice pass to number 23, who's going to run for a huge gain here. Then he's going to throw a pass to Wayne for a few yards. Then Deion is going to roll to the right, pump in the air, throw a pass to Show for the touchdown, 12-0. How in the world was he able to pump in the air and then throw a pass to Show for the touchdown, 12-0?
I just gotta say, that's one of the weirdest pumps I've ever
an aerial pump.
Yes, and he's able to not lose the grip of the ball. That's some grip that he has on that ball, to able to pump in the air and still comes down with it and then make a throw right afterwards.
I could do that.
Yeah, right.
I could do that.
Yeah, let's see you do that.
Maybe on the next show.
Yeah.
What I could do with Deion, stop stealing my moves. I saw you've been watching my video.
Okay.
I saw that.
Listen, let's go on.
12-zip, you're going to have Super Friends with the lead. Fish is going to get the ball back. He's going to run for a few yards. Then Fish is going to roll out and throw a pass to receiver on the sideline for the nice game. Fish is going to roll out again and throw a pass to Tree for the touchdown, putting them back in this game, and it's going to be a 12-6 game right now. Fish is using his legs. He rolls out, buys a lot of time. This kid can make these plays, and he's going to find Tree for the touchdown.
And finally, they get something going. They put points on the board. Now, Fish is able to connect with one of his receivers. Tree is able to step up and get open for the pass. And hopefully now they can get their system going, their offense to catch up to Super Friends, who's very much ahead in this game. Hopefully this is their time to catch up in this game. This is the opportunity right here.
Well, unfortunately, they didn't hear what you said because Fish is going to throw a pass into two-row on an extra point, who's going to run it all the way back for the two-point conversion, 14-6, Super Friends.
And this is something that they didn't need. You would say, oh, it's only 2 points. But that just shows right now that your offense makes one thing happen, they take one step forward, they take 2 steps back. This is not something that you would give the other team an opportunity to put points on the board for free, pretty much. You just donated them 2 points.
Basically.
And all that does is fire up their team even more to hurt you that much more during the game. I don't see anything good coming out of this possession right now.
Well, they must have heard you because Dion, the next possession, he's going to go downfield 2 more for the touchdown. Great throw by Dion, getting down the field, throwing the ball, getting his team fired up with this pass downfield for the touchdown. Great throw by Dion, 20-6.
And 2 points turns into 8 points effectively. With this job putting up 6 points, all you did was fire up the team to put more points on the board against you. And this is not something that you can afford. Now the Super Friends are going way ahead of the game. I don't see the heavy hitters catching up in this game.
Well, they're up 20-6, and they're going to end up going for 2. And you're going to see Freddie here with a great catch for the 2-point conversion, 22-6. Dion is on a roll. Why not keep it going? 22-6.
And they're pretty much doing whatever they want. They're smacking around heavy hitters at this point. Heavy hitters have no way of answering. And I think this is just going to be the rest of the game for us. Just more the same. Super Friends just smacking around heavy hitters. Heavy hitters is going to be coming out of this game with a lot of bruises.
Well, Fitz is going to take a shot deep before the half. It's going to be incomplete. Take us into the half. 22-6. Super Friends.
And I thought this was just the game. That was the end of the game. That's the way that the atmosphere was for this game so far. That this was just it. This was the end of the game. It felt like a longer game to me. And this is only the half. So who knows what's going to happen in the second half if the heavy hitters don't get anything going right early in the second half.
Well, I'm going to bring up a lawsuit on the heavy hitters because this game was punishment and abuse to my eyes. This team in the first half was atrocious.
There you go with that again.
Atrocious. Missing plays, dropping the ball, not enough guys. Some of the worst football that I've seen ever. Atrocious. And they got talent. This quarterback is pretty decent.
This was just one huge, just a bad game all around. It's sad because I can't even argue with you. That's the sad thing. And I love to argue with you, but we just can't. Not in this game.
And what I respect about Super Friends, they hit him in the mouth early. They wasn't here to joke around. They were here to get the job done. Atrocious. They put their feet in their throat and tried to murder this team. Why? Because that's how you get your guys in and out. No need to keep this game going when it's not necessary.
Feet in the throat, that's something you just came up with just now, right?
Real quick. See the talent? Feet in the throat. Just like that.
That's not a good. That's not something you want to picture in your head.
Atrocious. We're going to get to the second half. Deanna's going to throw a nice pass to Kenny for a huge gain. Then Deanna's going to follow up with a pass to Kenny in the end zone for the touchdown. 30-6. Great play by this Super Friends team. 30-6. Now they're basically abusing this team. We should call cops.
Yes, because at this point, this is just, them kicking them when they're down. The heavy hitters are down. They're pretty much, they can't walk. They're bruised up. They're injured. And all Super Friends is doing is stomping them when they're on the ground. And heavy hitters have no way of answering. Can somebody end this game already? Because it doesn't look good. Nothing's happening at the end of this game. they're just getting beat up out there.
Fitch is gonna get the ball back. He's gonna get sacked by number 10. I think that's Shag with the sack.
Okay.
If I'm right. 30-6 they're down. Fitch is gonna try one last shot in the end zone. Picked off by Kenny. Giving the ball back to Super Friends. Pretty much ended the game. 30-6. Game over. Thank God.
Yes, somebody ended this game and did us a favor because this was just a massacre out there. The heavy hitters weren't able to get anything going in the second half. It was already over in the first half, and it was just more of the same. Super Friends abusing this team. And this is one thing I expected the Super Friends to do, but not in this level. They just took advantage in every way possible.
Too many mistakes by the heavy hitter. One thing I learned about being in BQFL, if you're down, these teams will try to bury you. Similar to a college game. In the Bronx, teams may joke around, do some things, you know what I mean, give other guys playing time. That's what they do in the Bronx. In Brooklyn, it's a different animal. They're trying to humiliate you here. They're trying to put up as many points as possible. So you gotta come with your A game because these teams are trying to embarrass you. And that's what happened to the heavy hitters today. I know they were short, so I'm gonna give them a little bit of leeway because they were short. They have a quarterback who can make plays. Fish is a pretty good quarterback. But they got to get it together and they got to get their players or they're going to end the season early. Now, with Super Friends, they're a good team. They made plays, but let's not crown them champions yet because they played a team that was short and they played a team that they were better than. Let's see if they can do this when they're playing a good team, and let's see if they like it when another team attempts to embarrass them.
Listen, they haven't gotten tested yet, in my opinion. Hopefully soon we get to see the height of their potential and how good they really are. When they really get tested, that's when you get to see how good this team is and if they are a championship caliber team. We have to wait and see for that.
And that being said, you're going to have their quarterback Dion with the frame of the game here. If you look, he's rolling his out, pumps in the air, does an air pump, and still able to throw the touchdown to show great play. That definitely got to be a frame of the game.
Yeah, right during that pump, because I've never seen anybody do a pump in the air before. So we got to freeze frame it right there. That's something you got to keep in the record books because that's something I personally have never seen before without a quarterback dropping the ball. So kudos to him. He puts points on the board on that very same play. So this is just a good all-around game for Dion today.
Well, that's going to end it. We're going to wrap it up there. That's the new Brooklyn thing, frames of the game.
And I think it looks good. I think this is something that people would want.
And put it in the house.
Yeah, frame it, put it on their wall, have their kids, have their relatives to see, look, this is me, this is what I do, this is what I do day in and day out. Because it looks good on camera, so you might as well frame it up.
That being said, that's going to end our show today. Hopefully I liked it. We're going to show you the scores between games of the other games. You know, if your game wasn't recorded, talk to the commissioner. He picks the games that Ghost records. He picks the game that we talked about. All the show, all the stats will be up on the website. If you go to the website, all the highlights will be up on the show that we record. And like I said, we're happy to be here. If we mispronounce your name, we apologize. But we will get to know the names better. We're still trying to get to know a lot of guys. Once we get familiar with the guys, we will definitely have your name. And the more you're in the stats, the easier for us to keep your name.
Yes, so keep playing at a high level. And we're definitely going to recognize your name because we're definitely catching on camera. As you see with the freeze frames, the frames of the day, you know, we're going to get to know your names. As long as you keep giving us highlights, as long as you keep playing at a high level, we're going to remember you and everybody else will. As soon as we remember you, everybody else will as well.
Well, we're going to wrap the show up. We're going to thank Darren, commissioner/owner of the BQFL for inviting Real Tough Talk, bringing Real Tough Talk to the BQFL Brooklyn family. We're proud to be here. We're happy to be here. Hopefully you like the next level that we bring the league into, and it's going to be a fun ride with us now joining the BQFL.
Exciting. Just hope to see more and more and more of what we saw today.
That being said, we're going to wrap up the show. I'm Stephen J. This is Ghost. We're going to be out. We're going to see out the games next week. A lot of big games coming up. We're excited to do it. We'll see you guys next week.